welcome to So You. I'm Tim.
What's going on? I'm Elle.
And so you watched Hulu's originals, Little Monsters. Not that weird 80s film. I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either, but I was confused when I researched it.
I've also never seen this. I'm lying to you. I'm just going to make things up.
You just skipped quarter parts of the movie, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, and just like
That's how we watch movies now.
I looked up the plot and watched the 14 trailers that released.
I just read the Wikipedia page.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing, right?
Yeah. You sent over the suggestion to Little Monsters, and I watched the trailer and giggled. I lolled.
Out loud?
I lolled, man. And I was like,
Holy
gotta
shit.
watch it.
I saw Lupita, and I was like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I'm interested. And Josh Gad, and I was like, I'm also, because I would have never expected both of those two people to be in the same film.
Yeah.
But
Hey.
there's Hulu. Being like, we got the check, bro. Let's go.
Got that fat stack from Disney. Josh Gad did it just because he was in the most successful Disney film of this generation.
I keep forgetting.
I turned towards Brenna and I was like, how do you think those kids felt hearing Olaf scream "fuck you" at them?
You're gonna be in a film with Olaf.
Yeah.
Olaf yells at us a lot in this movie.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. I'm upset he didn't start dancing now and singing.
Yeah. Yo,
Wait,
he's
where was
not
the ice?
He's not Josh Gad. He's just Olaf.
Who's Josh?
Yeah, he's just Olaf in everything he plays.
Yeah.
He plays a short stint, a character Bear Claw in New Girl.
Hey, girl. Fucking love New Girl.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And Bear Claw is a great character from that. Josh Gad, he's just
Also, it's a great name.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in this.
And he's really.
He was in this show called Comedians.
He's
I
usually
think.
he's usually a pretty lovable character. Anyways.
Yeah. Before we fully dive in, I have a short thought. It's not
It's not a full thought today.
It's not a full thought.
So
It
it's
was
not a full jingle then.
No, it was a half thought.
Da-da.
Yeah. No ending. No ending note. So the other day, I woke up after going to bed way too late, and I woke up at 5:30, 6 o'clock because I'm an adult. I guess that's what someone told me adults do this, and I've just been mimicking what I've been told. My entire adult life is me just mimicking what I've seen other adults do.
That sounds pretty accurate.
Like if I was a kid, or if I was a baby, and they just put me in a white room.
A wee lass, yeah.
Well, I'd be a lad, but sure.
A laddie.
If I and I just grew up in a stale white environment, I would just end up, and then I just grew up in that environment.
Mm-hmm.
As an adult, I would just kind of wander. I would meander. I would do the same thing I did as a child, because no development.
Oh yeah. No development.
I just sometimes I like to think about. Yes, Big Bear, we hear you.
Pod pub. Anyways.
Yeah, I sometimes I just like to think if I didn't get indoctrinated into this, I wouldn't be doing the things I'm doing.
No, I think you bring up, that's a good point. I don't think I would be doing half the shit I do because I just do it because I'm like, oh, you look like you have your shit together, so I'm going to mimic you.
Yeah.
Doesn't usually work out as well, but.
No.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that I was really tired because I went to take the bear out for her walk because she is up that early. And I went to go tie my shoes and I forgot for a minute how to tie my shoes.
Early onset. Already, dude?
I looked at, I was staring at my shoe and
no.
I'm just like, these laces do something and I'm sure of it.
No.
I just don't know how to make them do those things.
That's such a level of exhaustion. Your brain your brain just stops working.
Yeah.
It's sputtering at that point.
I figured it out though.
I hope so.
Yeah, it was good.
Tim now wears Velcro shoes.
Yeah, the moment I figured it out, it was triumphant.
The day's gonna start right.
Yeah.
Fist bump in the air.
that's maybe every day should start like that. I should forget
Honestly,
I should forget not necessarily an essential function, but like a function that has become just super,
your day to day.
day to day mundane,
Yeah.
just
Our
kind of
monotony.
rigmarole thing, and I just kind of forget it, and then I re-triumph it in a minute or so. If it goes past a minute or so, something's wrong.
Something's seriously wrong.
Yeah.
Call for help. That's your
like I
threshold.
want my next one.
It's not a bad
my
idea.
next one I want to forget is teeth brushing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have an electrical, or are you still rocking the old school?
Oh man, I have the electric toothbrush.
So you just forget to turn your electrical toothbrush on.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, you're just like,
I don't understand. Like,
you shake it.
Yeah.
Turns into a shake weight. Vibrates.
Yeah, the masturbator trainer.
That's
what a shake weight is.
Can we side note and backtrack for a second?
Right.
I really wish I was it was acceptable for me to wear Velcro shoes. No, because I mean, man, if some of them look cool. You're just out in and out the door. You're out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I don't know. I just wish I could wear Velcro shoes sometimes.
Do it, man.
You have to bend over and remember how to tie your shoe. What if you didn't even have to worry about that?
Yeah, man, do it.
But apparently, if you're not under the age of 7 or over the age of 80, it's not acceptable.
Listen, the perception of you is built on your confidence. All right, if you walk around
rocking the geriatric 500s,
yeah,
people will be
around,
cool with it. Nah.
Shit don't stink. People copy that swag.
I'm about to bring it back.
We just said that we mimicked people that looked like they had it together. I mean, that's all life is. So if you look like you got it going on,
it's a new fashion trend.
Like Stacy's mom, then you're good.
Stacy's mom. Oh,
yeah.
Do you have to pay for that?
Let's not continue.
10 seconds.
So
It's just 10 seconds. I know everyone started singing it though. So
also, I wanted to take a moment. We talked about music, and we mentioned Sam Smith.
Yes.
And I'm going to apologize to Sam Smith and his fans.
Okay.
And the reason being, I even did it just then. It's not his or he.
Oh.
He is he
That's
no
right.
longer
Change the
claims
program. Yep.
Yeah.
Pronoun.
He no
I
longer
fucked that up.
claims a gender. They no longer claim a gender.
So we definitely apologize for that.
And the reason why I keep on saying he is because they, to me, is weird to use when I'm talking about a singular individual. So, Sam and your fans, I apologize for me being an idiot.
That was gross. Look at that.
Yeah.
That was awesome though.
I
agree with you there. I probably said
I may not
apologize.
understand everything that we have to kind of, rework, but it doesn't matter if I understand it. I get it. So let me apologize.
It doesn't really hurt us in any way. No.
So Sam wants to be known as Sam, and use they and their. That's cool.
We'll ride.
I did listen to their music. I re-listened because I told you that I heard Sam Smith. I heard a song I really wasn't fond of.
Mm-hmm.
I went to re-listen to it, and it's a bop, man. I love it.
It took a hold of you.
Man, I'm vibing to it.
Okay.
It's good.
Sorry. Their voice.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. So that's good. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
That was really great.
I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because
sure.
I remember I was reading it as I was listening to their new song, and I was like, oh, I messed that up when I mentioned Sam the other day. So I made a mental note, a mental log 5 days ago. So
that's incredible that you remember that.
Yeah.
That was important though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So Little Monsters, man.
Little Monsters, which is not the appropriate accent because this was in Australia.
Right.
Besides the point.
First of all, that movie was fucking hilarious.
It was. I didn't expect that.
I said the same thing. The trailer made me laugh.
Yeah, I chuckled during the trailer.
Yeah, and I was like, well, the trailer was really funny. And I was like, I know. I just didn't expect it to be so funny so many times. You know what I mean? You expect a goof here and there, but I was laughing a lot.
It's a zombie flick.
Yeah.
Again, it's only an hour and a half, so it's awesome time. We're we're set into the action.
Yes.
Should I go over the cast?
Yeah.
It has Miss Lupita Nyong'o, which
Lupita,
clearly
man.
we're fans of here.
Yeah.
That's no surprise to anybody.
She's incredible.
Josh Gad. Seen him in many
Which we
things.
mentioned him, you know.
Many things. And then someone who he looked familiar, but I don't know if he just looks like every other guy that looks like this. Alexander England, who plays Dave.
Yeah, listen,
Dave.
if I shaved my beard and grew my hair out, we all look like Bradley Cooper, so it's fine, you know.
No, I think that just pertains to you.
Not just me. He kind of looks like him, but you know.
Get out of here.
If we were all in a lineup, you'd go generic white guy. I got it. Don't worry about it.
Brad, stop.
It'd be like,
do not put him in. No,
it's like the default like character creator, white guy in a video game.
I will give you that. He does look like that guy.
Yeah.
He looks
so
like...
do I, and so does Bradley Cooper. We look like default character white dudes.
Look, I'm not gonna fight you on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fact.
And then we've got the supporting cast, but that's just those are our three main characters, and then I do want to mention Felix, who's his name is fucking Diesel.
Wow. Well, his parents clearly have both his mom and dad have huge cocks, so
You knew.
to name your
Maybe
son.
there's really big Vin Diesel fans.
To name your son Diesel as a first name, I mean, mammoths in the pants, you know?
That kid's going places for sure.
He's probably a mammoth as well. So.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to go to prison.
This got so inappropriate so
go
fast. Yeah, let's stop talking about that. Reel it back in. So the 18 and up year olds, everyone else's doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really kind of what makes it so good is just focusing on, you know, not too many characters, just keeping it like a tight, like if you can't write great characters for everyone, just keep very good kind of stereotypical characters to support a well-written trio. Yeah, I would say the fourth. You know, the kid does. He's really well written.
So he's starting to die.
So I think overall, the character is really fun. I mean, you know, the movie starts out with this couple the fights going on between the two. It's the main guy, Dave. Yeah, Dave, it's the main guy and his well, you know, ends up being
fiance
like
or not. I'm not even fiance, girlfriend of like 10 years.
Ex-girlfriend, yeah. Pretty much from the beginning ends up being his ex because it starts out with like a 3-minute credit intro of them just kind of fighting in every like scenario and place you can imagine. And it does more so just to establish him as a character.
Piece of shit.
Yeah. Let me just comment. I think overall they did a very good job with his arc. But they almost made him too unlikable for me at the beginning. No,
I didn't like him at all.
It was,
and even at the end, I was like, okay. I didn't really fuck with him. Yeah.
I'm okay with like not liking a character, but that's my ding on the film. I think they went so far with him being just the worst type of person that even his redemption,
it doesn't taste good.
They had to go to the farthest links in our humanity to bring him from the depths, and that's like almost losing a family member.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's just like, I mean, and again, like you said, I was with you. Even after it all, I was still kind of like, okay, well, yeah. I mean, it's funny. It's funny, but like it goes so far.
And then when when we're on that redemption tour, and then when he fucking fucks up putting the shot.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I've even remembered what the song was.
Yeah.
And it's not even my little nephew he just
doesn't care at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, he does a lot. So at the beginning, I mean, he's the asshole in the relationship. And that, like I said, it is to establish that he's an asshole. It, you know, he ends up breaking up with her or whatever. He ends up staying at his sister's place. And that's when you meet his nephew, who is Felix, and he's a very, like, you know, big role in the film.
Precocious boy.
Yeah. I mean, the dude's just an
He's an
asshole, man.
asshole.
Like he takes Felix in like the middle of the night to go back to his ex's. So he hears his like sister saying some stuff to the nephew, just something encouraging, and reading him a story, bedtime story.
Yeah.
And so then he wakes his nephew up because apparently that makes him feel like he has to go win his girlfriend back. He wakes his nephew up,
Yeah.
puts him in a fucking Star Wars outfit, a fucking Vader outfit, takes him over to his girlfriend's house, and his girlfriend's getting fucking plowed by a coworker. And that was actually a really funny bit because the fucking coworker beat his ass.
I enjoyed that.
It
I
was
enjoyed
so
that.
funny.
Yeah. It didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. And I was like, yeah, you go, Rory.
Yeah, Rory, yeah.
Yeah, you kick ass. Also, when I started the movie, I had to pause it because of how the fighting, I was like, did I pick the right movie?
Yeah,
Is this a couple? What is this? What
right.
is going on? Yeah, I paused it just to make sure I picked the right one.
Second ding on it, it takes a little too long to get into it.
I agree.
I think once they are in it, it's great.
We're moving.
I think they take just a touch too long.
It's like you said, like establishing his assholiness, and it's like,
and it goes like a couple minutes too far with that.
yeah.
Like, did we really need to see him fuck up trying to get his girlfriend back?
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
I guess it like you could have probably established the Star Wars thing in a different way because it does come back. But like, we'll get to that. But like, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say how to restructure the film. I don't know.
You should have restructured the film.
Yeah,
I'm with you there.
As funny as it was, and overall, it's a really good film. I just think I just remember thinking like, cool, like, when are we gonna meet the other characters?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
When are we gonna meet the?
Where's Lupita?
Where's Lupita? Where's Josh Gad? Like, when are we gonna meet the two? I mean, you see Josh Gad on the TV for a second. He's like a kid's entertainer.
Yeah. Like the Disney Channel.
Yeah.
It's like the guy in Spy Kids.
Right.
Yeah, he's that kind of character.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like a kid show.
Yeah, way over.
And
the top.
they're going down under for
Yeah.
a little tour. Ironically, it was at Pleasant Valley Farms, I think is the name.
Yeah, Pleasant Valley Farms.
Pleasant Valley. It's not very pleasant.
Yeah, so he fucks up. He lets his nephew play like a violent video game all night and to stay at his sister's place because he kidnapped her child.
Right.
In the middle of the night.
Casually. Yep.
He starts to cry, and then his nephew is innocent and doesn't understand what a piece of shit looks like, and so kind of coerces his mom into letting him stay to be kind-hearted.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, if you're going to stay here, you're going to have to contribute, so just take him to school tomorrow. And that's
pretty easy.
When you finally meet,
Miss Caroline.
Yeah, Miss Caroline. What's her name? Audrey?
Ba, ba,
Is that her name? Her like first name?
I
I think it's Audrey. I can't remember.
I just got Miss Caroline.
Yeah, they say Miss Caroline so much more often.
Miss Caroline? Yeah. High-pitched squeals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I remember that now.
That's where you also meet the rest of the kids in the class.
Assholes, all of them.
Yeah. So there's like a heavy-set kid.
Yes.
And he's openly an asshole to Felix. And he goes behind the door when he first meets Miss Caroline. He notices how pretty she is, and his goal now is to
Dave, yeah.
Yeah, Dave's goal now is to get Miss Caroline in bed.
Super easy.
So as they're walking through like the playground, all the little kids are greeting Felix in different ways. Some are assholes. He has a girlfriend or whatever, and it's going about your fucking elementary school ways. But Dave's like immature and a prick, and so when the heavyset kid is bullying Felix, he's being a juvenile back to the kid. And so this kid is going to put, how you used to have cubbies and shit in elementary.
Absolutely.
That heavier kid's going to put his stuff away on the wall, and it's behind the door. And so Dave slyly goes by the door and smashes the kid in between the door and the wall. Fucking amazing. I mean, talk about the one moment he was my hero before he got redeemed.
I was like, you know what? That kid deserved it. I'm not mad about that.
It was so fucking funny. And then I don't know if you noticed, but when it cut to them leaving. Hit the mic, sorry people. When it cuts if that registered.
Not the pop filter that time.
Yeah, if it cut, and when it cut to them leaving for the day, the kid had like a head bandage on where he got fucking hit. So good, man. That was a very funny moment. I was tearing up at that bit. It was good. It's good. So it's the end of the day. He's going to pick his nephew back up.
Yep.
This is when he's gonna like kind of start making his moves towards Miss Candace, and you find out Caroline. Sorry, Miss Caroline. You find out I don't know where Candace is coming from. You find out that they have this field trip, but a parent can't make it, due to a trip or whatever. And he's like, well, I can do it.
I can totally do it.
Yeah, he can totally team up. He's totally free. We also forgot to mention that he's in an awful band, or was in an awful band.
I think God Sledgehammer. Yeah,
God Sledgehammer.
Which I think we all know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Penis. That's what it is.
Thanks, Tim.
Dude's got a hammer.
I mean,
you don't think for 1 second God doesn't have a hammer.
You were mistaken.
Yeah. Even if he's a woman.
Big dick energy all the way. Oh my gosh. We're going to prison and hell for this one. Already were, though. Well, except the prison part.
Yeah, my place.
Allegedly.
My place in hell has been cozied, Fucking, it's ready.
Are you, like in Sims, you're just like...
Oh, yeah, man.
You're rearranging the furniture and the...
So that's how you end up. That's how those two end up teaming up and going on a trip.
Unexpectedly.
Yeah, to this farm.
There was a lot of Taylor Swift in this.
Yeah. Caroline sings to them with a ukulele.
The beautifulest voice of an angel.
Yeah.
Singing some.
Yeah. Shake it up. Yeah. From her 19 whatever the hell year that was album.
1989.
Sure.
I got you.
Nerd.
Listen. It was a masterpiece. I actually don't really remember. I just know it had that one song on it that I liked.
Shake
the
It
Welcome
Off?
to New York. No, the
Oh.
Welcome to New York song.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know any more
Exactly.
tracks
See,
outside of
exactly.
Shake It Off.
Shake it off. Yeah. A lot of Taylor Swift in this.
Um,
Oddly enough, didn't expect that.
Yeah, that's another thing I didn't expect.
Did she pay for this movie?
Maybe.
She was in it. I mean, her music was in it so
Yeah.
much. Anyways,
They
that's the point.
as they're making their trip, a couple other funny goofs happen. The bus kind of breaks down, and that's when you kind of hear him sing for the first time because she kind of coerces them up to perform for him.
A professional.
I will say I don't want to gleam over kind of the parts where it is developing character because it's one, you get to see him, he's clearly like barely holding it together as like the supposed nice guy that he's trying to play. Two, you get to see more of Miss Caroline, like you see how good she is.
Yes.
Like as a teacher.
Yes.
Like she's really good. She's a professional.
A proper professional.
Yeah.
Again, wrong accent. It's fine though. It doesn't matter. It does matter. Sorry, I don't know.
Fine. She was kind of accentless in this one.
She
did a very neutral accent.
Yeah, which I kind of didn't. I don't know. Again, I kind of thought she had because everyone was just rolling with the accents, so I just kind of thought, why not let her have hers? But
yeah. She had
I guess it doesn't go with her cover story of her.
Yeah, she had a pretty neutral accent, but it is in Australia. And as they're on their way to the farm, they pass a U.S. military base, which made me giggle. That the U.S. causes this problem. I mean,
international
I don't know
affairs,
I don't know if you laughed at that.
When I saw it, I was like,
laughed
oh,
at
fucking
it.
course. I was like, that makes sense,
I
right?
absolutely just started laughing at it. I was like, this is amazing. You say U.S. Army base. And obviously this is where the fucking zombie breakout happens.
I mean, it makes sense, to be fair.
Yeah. In a U.S. Army
If you were
base.
going to... Yeah,
in Australia.
And like in some illegal operation. Yeah, it's not... I don't think it's really far-fetched.
Yeah. They also did have like a... super stereotypical, borderline like racist Asian family thing going on. I thought it was.
Asian
I thought it
group.
was borderline
It was
racist.
kind of racist.
It's like, well, because like they pulled up to the gate of the U.S. Army base, and they
Like,
got like the
no.
fucking camera, and like he's like, "This isn't the farm, man." And it's like, all right, man, like I don't. Come on, they're in fucking military uniforms, and it, like,
I think I would know.
yeah,
Even if I was
you understand
visiting.
what a military uniform looks like. We could
On a flag you don't
yeah,
recognize.
we could
probably
go
recognize.
to literally any Asian country and be like, oh yeah, that's a uniform.
If I was in an Asian country and I saw some sort of military thing happening, I would
I'd probably
not fucking
walk
pull up to it. I'll tell you that right now.
Walk away.
I would.
Also,
Turn
guys,
around.
if there are any U.S. bases in your country,
There's some illegal operation.
don't
probably
go in.
All right, FBI has been added to the
Oh.
watch list.
Dude, they're listening. They're fans.
The agent in my phone's like, bro,
They're fans, you know?
Loki.
Yeah, FBI's fans.
Shout out to
The whole FBI is... the whole FBI loves us.
trying to get the NSA and the CIA with us too right now.
Yeah. Don't worry, they're slowly coming.
We'll see.
They're slowly coming.
Interpol,
Yeah.
you're next, you guys.
So that's pretty much when the zombie breakout happens. So now it's picking up, you know.
Yeah, now we're finding they come up on on one of their college.
The US, like the US official privates or whatever.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, shit, this is we got a breakout. We got a situation going on. I don't know why I acted like there was
Yeah.
a walkie on my shoulder, but I just spoke into my shoulder like there was a
Yeah.
walkie there.
You guys can see that, right?
It's called method act.
Yeah.
Method potting. I don't know.
Method potting. Yeah, that's another funny bit that they did though, is that like the Americans knew it was a zombie break. They even
Yes.
say the word zombie, which is rare in a zombie film. I don't know
No,
if you know that.
I like how they acknowledge. No, that's what made me laugh because I was
Yeah.
like, all right, yeah.
There's only there really is only like a handful of films that
Mhm.
like say the Z
It's
word. So, and and this is one of them, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And it was
I enjoyed
pretty
that.
funny because they were like, there was one point where it was like, "Hey, I got another zombie outbreak," and he's like, "Slow ones or fast ones?"
Like, oh, it's
slow
happened
one-
again.
Slow ones. He goes, "Well, at least they're the slow ones."
Oh, this is happening.
man.
This happened before
Yeah.
with fast zombies.
Yeah.
I think that is the. Sorry, side note. That is the part about zombies that if they were actually fast moving, we would all really be fucked.
Yeah.
But since they
Since
are
it's
slow moving,
you got them.
we got them.
Yeah.
One shot, double tap.
Yep.
But
And so they finally get to you see the breakout happen, and when it cuts back to the duo, that's when they're at the farm, and you finally get to see Josh Gad's character come in.
What?
I can't
Mr.
remember his name.
I was about to say Tiddly Tough, but that's definitely not fucking right.
It's close. Just think of something like that. God, I feel so bad for like not remembering the things. I'm bad with names though.
It
that.
was literally hours ago that I watched this.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm really
Oh,
good about
man.
I'm really good at like story moments, but like I kind of fall when it's like names because I'm just kind of like, whatever. Names are names. I'm more interested in like what they're going through. And
Teddy McGiggles.
Teddy McGiggles, we were close.
We were.
Listen,
surprisingly close.
between your Puff, which is like a Pokemon ripoff, and I have no idea.
Pokemon.
We were almost there.
We were almost there. We kind of
Yeah.
had it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
75%.
Take us to Wheel of Fortune.
Yes. Would you go on Wheel of Fortune with me?
I fucking would, dude.
If
we
for
could
some
kill
reason,
it.
if for some reason Wheel
You
of
were-
Fortune was my dream,
Pat Sajak was like, "Hey, Tim."
yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure, I would
Pat
go.
Sajak's a zombie.
I was gonna say something really fucked up, but I'm gonna hold off.
Oh, okay.
And like on Monday, he's like, "We find him. He's dead."
Yeah,
Because he's kind of been alive for a while. I
No,
feel like
I
he's
mean,
he's been in the biz for a
at
minute.
least
Him and Vanna
100
White.
years.
Easily.
Yeah,
Ah, shit.
yeah, it's okay.
I can have a yeah. Yeah.
So Josh Gad's character, which I already forgot the name again. I'm not kidding. This is a condition.
Ted and McGiggles.
Dad, McGiggles.
I think.
That's
Doesn't
why I
really
just try and like remember the actors' names. You guys know what I'm talking about.
The guy in the green suit.
Yeah, McGiggles. Yeah, he has a green suit. It's very flamboyant and amazing and
I love it,
wonderful.
yep.
And he's super, you know,
As
eccentric
any
and
kids
he's
TV show would be.
performing, and that's when the kids are all excited, and he has his little performance, and then he disappears for a little bit.
A long bit.
This is when he's normal. Like, you meet him when he's normal.
Yes.
Like, he's doing his thing.
Yes.
It goes away. Again,
So
you're
Nathan.
getting some character establishment in these times that we're kind of just gonna
Right.
skim over because
Mhm.
they're not much of note. But they end up going on, you know, this tractor ride. That's a thing we totally missed out as well. As the kid
Loves tractors.
loves tractors
And tofu pizza.
and tofu pizza. He has a lot of allergies, which is a very normal thing for kids these days. It is. Not
Dr. Tim here.
well, you know, just saying. Food allergies have gone up by like 50% in the past decade. Not a big deal. Something's going
Holy
on.
shit.
Whatever.
That's
Um,
insane.
yeah.
Okay. Anyways, all right. We're not gonna. Yeah. I don't want to talk about that right now. Fuck.
Either way, they end up on this tractor ride, and something's blocking the way, and so the driver of the tractor is like, you know, she's hooked up to the mic. It's your
Kirby.
it's your standard affair.
It's your standard tourist. Tourist
So
attraction.
she hops out and she's like, "It looks like something's blocking the way."
Oh, nice.
and,
That was fantastic.
She goes up to this guy who's this zombie
There's
eating
clearly
a
a
sheep.
shit ton of blood on
Yeah,
the
a
ground,
zombie's
by the way.
eating a sheep, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing to a sheep?" That's it.
Again, there's
That's her.
innards out of said sheep, blood
Yeah.
everywhere, and she's like, "Yo, what's up, bro? What are you doing?
What are you doing with our sheep? And, you know, guys, I'm not an actor. Sorry for the accents. Seriously, we're bad at it. Just let us have it.
Let us have it." I'm good at the British one. I think we can all agree.
Whatever. Either
There's
way,
my humble pie. Okay, continue on. Yeah.
That's when, which I actually, so she gets bit, she turns, but I loved it. And the reason why I loved it is because she still was hooked up to the comm,
She's like, "Oh, fuck."
and they were doing like, over the mic, and so her volume is louder, her sound is louder, and then when she's turning, she's still like, there's a lot of chaos
Yes.
because what's her name? I'm so bad.
Miss Caroline.
Yes, Caroline. I just kind of forgot. She gets out. Miss Caroline
She's
gets out. You know, the initial zombie that attacked the worker now comes after her. She's like tripping over a pitchfork. She picks up the pitchfork,
Like a badass.
stabs it.
Yes.
Yeah, stabs the zombie. This is no thought. She's just a fucking monster
She's a
of a
beast.
person.
Yeah.
She's incredible. And so she this is like what we all say we are. In
Yeah.
the zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse.
Right. This
She
is the moment.
that.
Yeah. She is that.
She stabs the zombie in the gut, and you know the zombie's still kind of going after her, and but you know she's holding him off, obviously, and he's pierced. And while it's in the background, while she's turning, you just hear this louder than normal. There's a lot of chaos going on, and it's louder than normal because she has the comm, and it even sounds like it's coming through a mic. So
Yes.
this is great sound work.
Yes.
Where this moaning of a zombie is happening because she's still hooked up to that fucking mic, and I just, for some reason, that little love is where like sound really makes a difference.
No, for
and
sure.
it's an underrated part in filmmaking. It kind of goes
Yeah.
by the wayside, not just like the music and soundtrack, which we've talked a lot about in almost every single podcast, but like
Yeah.
the actual like
Sound effects.
audio and
Yeah.
sound effects and things like that go into it that make just a scene is amazing. And that was a very conscious decision to be like, you know, she's still hooked up to the mic, so let's like elevate her whole process.
Yes.
And
And
it's
it
just-
made the scene absolutely.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
super funny and great.
Well, this extremely gory thing is happening.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, so every time an adult says a bad word,
They sing
they sing.
that song that apparently Jigglypuff, that's not his name.
For a second, I was like, yeah, Mr. Jigglypuff.
Yeah, that's a Pokemon.
Hang on.
Mr. Jigglypuff Josh Gad's character.
Josh Gad.
That's apparently a word or a song that he came up with when an adult says a bad word, and so every time a bad word said, like all the kids like sing it
It's
together.
an obnoxious song.
Yeah.
Anytime an adult says a cuss word.
And so she asked Dave, is it,
Yeah.
to hop into the tractor seat to like drive the tractor and help her out with the scenario going on.
Not done shit at this moment.
Yeah,
So far.
and he doesn't know how to do it, but the kid knows how to because he loves tractors. So he's like telling him how to like deal with the parking brake and the clutch and all that. And he's like, "How the fuck do you know all this?" And the kid's like, "I like tractors."
It's like the one thing I like.
Yeah.
This one moment.
Either way, to get out of that situation, they go back to
Very slowly, but they do.
Yeah, they go back to the gear shop, the thrift store, the gift store, not thrift store, gift store. Whatever. And Josh Gad, Jigglypuff, is there. Like he's in there,
chilling, hiding.
Yeah, and so she comes up and she's excited at first.
Right.
She's
like,
Caroline's excited. Like, she's like, "Oh, he's gonna let me in, great," because it's he's a lovable guy.
Yeah.
They had a little interaction when they first all saw him.
Right.
And it was kind of, I thought it was a little creepy, but like I guess it's kind of charming in a way.
No, it's kind of
but like
creepy.
he's like,
it was creepy.
He does admit, literally 20-30 minutes later in the film that he like literally just hits on moms the entire time because he hates his life. But when you see Mr. Jigglypuff and then she's like banging on the door and he's like, go get the fuck away. And then she's like, "Oh, I got children." And he like walks up to the window and he's like, oh, you have children? I don't give a fuck. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here." Either way, this is also, I will say, this whole scene, because they have to leave the tractor at one point, and so like they're doing like, she's just incredible, right? She's like getting the children in line with her little games that she plays at the school.
Yes.
So she has them all in a line doing a Congo line, and she's like slowly like picking up the pace, and you just see all the kids like trotting through. It's just, the visuals were just so good.
Incredible. It was awesome.
But she gets them all like in this little annex to the main building through this little,
they have to climb
cubby
through some
hole
little,
thing. So they're
a la Books a Million.
Yeah, they're kind of safe for a little bit. Dave is left out because he's too big to fit into the hole, but that's fine because he kind of does some stuff with a little paralyzed kid's walker. Gets on top of the actual gift shop.
Smart.
And then he full sends right through the fucking like little gazebo top
Elbow
or
in,
whatever.
yes.
And I mean, the full send. He didn't care if it was gonna work or not. He was in there. And so he's in there with Josh Gad and the kids and Caroline are on the annex.
Yes.
And
so they're all in the gift shop now.
So Josh Gad and Dave, they're fighting. They have that whole fight. And it's fucking
It's actually pretty incredible. It's a pretty great fight scene.
It's a really good fight scene. It's pretty funny. It's kind of slow, exactly like you would imagine these two fucking idiots fighting would be.
Just fucking,
yeah.
And
it's good, but Dave wins out. Lets the
kiddos in.
Yeah.
Safe from the zombies on the outside now.
This is where the movie actually kind of slows down.
Yeah, oddly enough.
Yeah, kind of slows down.
It's your little break in the action for a second.
Yeah.
Some character development.
Yeah, this is when you start to see some development. He ends up giving his nephew some like cheese chips, cheddar cheese chips or whatever, some crisp.
Yeah, all the kids are hungry at this point.
And as we all know, he's allergic to everything, so he ends up having he goes into anaphylactic shock because he has dairy in the chips. And the kid asks Dave to stay there with him because he's scared, obviously.
Obviously, because he's literally about to die.
Yeah, and so the teacher has to go out and get his little pen.
Because we have to mention,
yeah,
Dave fucked up.
Yeah, he didn't
remember the jingle
right. Yeah.
Asswipe. Anyway, so then he was gonna try and stick his nephew with the needle that he just stuck himself with.
Yeah. That's good.
And Caroline was like,
yeah,
"You can't do that." So then she's just fucking.
Yeah. you know, she's incredible.
I'm trying to think of like a good running back to relate to, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna try. So she's just crushing through the field of zombies to get the little EpiPen. Goes all the way back. Administers the shot.
Yeah.
Like a boss.
She has some incredible fight scenes in this moment.
She takes on like 4 zombies at once.
Yeah. With the fucking shovel.
And then she finally, she's like, doesn't know how to kill the zombies.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, and then finally she takes one zombie's head out, and she's like, oh, maybe I should. Okay. And then just starts with the shovel just going in.
Yeah.
Always super satisfying when you watch zombie movies, and that's, you know,
that
you get the kill shots.
Whenever she saves the kid, this is kind of the moment. This whole moment in general has been kind of big for Dave.
Right.
You know, he's like, he fucked up. He's losing, you know, his family, and he ends up getting saved, and he's just kind of having a moment of like looking at her corral these kids during all this, and like, you know, she's really just like, she's just incredible. And so this is when that's kind of his change. And again, as I mentioned, my one ding is that they did so much to make him unlikable that they had to go so far.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to almost kill his fucking nephew.
Yeah.
And even then, it's still kind of like, oh, okay, well, you know.
Yeah, I won't lie. Like, I was a little like, really? When he fucked that up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very kind of like, God damn it.
Like, dude, what fucking job? No, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he starts to change over, and this is when Josh Gad's character comes conscious again because he gets knocked out.
The man.
And you know he's losing his fucking mind.
He's just an asshole.
His shit is gone.
Yeah.
And he's just cussing at these fucking kids. And
pissed.
Yeah, he's just like, you know, these zombies are, you know, there's fucking zombies out here and they're gonna fucking kill us. And Miss Caroline's just like trying to make the kids think it's just a game.
Yeah, she does a pretty good job at it, right? Yeah,
like it's just it's just a game. It's just a game that we won the first level to, you know. And that's what she's like convincing him, and she's like, and then they mention that, you know, that they played like the kid mentions he played like a zombie shooting game because Dave let him play a shooting game, a little zombie shooter game.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, so, like, what did you have to do? And he was like, well, in the game, you know, you have to shoot them in the head, and then they die. And she's like, well, were the zombies real? And she was like, well, no, they're not real. And she's like, exactly, they're not real. And then Josh Gad, Jigglypuff, fucking he's just like...
He's like, no.
They are fucking real. Santa Claus isn't fucking real. The Easter Bunny isn't fucking real. These flesh-eating fuckheads out here are real. And he like opens the fucking blinds to look at him. I mean, he's just losing his shit.
Oh yeah, like I think probably most adults probably would. Yeah. Just
and
like,
then,
what the fuck's going on?
And then Miss Caroline brings out her character in Us. She goes up to Josh Gad's character and fucking sticks like a porcelain fucking rabbit into his gut, like a broken one, into his gut. And it's like, I mean, like I said, she goes into like her character, her character in Us. That was like what she pulled from. Yeah. And she's just like, you know, you're gonna like calm your fucking shit down. And if you fucking don't, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna make sure that you don't make it out of this. And just, I mean, really goes at him. And so he kind of like, you know,
gets his shit together,
calms down a little bit. There's a moment that I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
So as the story progresses through,
okay,
I wanted to kind of build up to it, but I'm just gonna say it now. Is at the end when they're kind of trying to get out, they're playing music and the zombies are reacting to the music as they're walking behind the tractor, which will kind of explain how they get to the tractor and all that. They actually showed that the music had an impact on them while they were in the gift shop.
Oh, really? I didn't pick up on that. It
cuts away to some military stuff, which the military scenes were really good to me because I thought they were kind of campy in the perfect way. Like, it's not like super official military shit. like it's, you know, like kind of a half-baked military movie presence, if that makes any sense.
No, it does.
Like, you know, they're not trying to be an authentic like movie when it comes to that shit. They're just trying to like be like, yeah, the military's involved. Here's some military stuff.
And it's like, okay,
and it's kind of great and wonderful. But when it cuts back to them, it's nighttime, and she's singing them like a little lullaby to kind of, you know, keep everyone calm and just kind of keep that mood. When they're moving in, they're coming in on the shot. The zombies are on the outside of the window, and they're calm.
I didn't even pick up on that. I just kind of
they're
thought
like entranced, like the kids are. They're not like moving or anything. They're just kind of entranced.
Interesting.
So they showed that. They showed their hand in a very subtle way.
Yeah.
And it was very cool.
Who would have thought that to end the zombie apocalypse, you just need to have a music festival?
Yeah, you just gotta have your ukulele going. So they get through. Yeah.
I was gonna start singing Taylor Swift there.
Oh yeah.
You saved that moment right there.
Yeah.
To another day.
They
that was a good pickup. I didn't even realize that. Yeah. They kind of thought it was nighttime.
Yeah. They get through the night. They share. You know, Caroline and Dave share some stuff. She's a Neil Diamond fan.
Why wouldn't you be?
And you do find out that she was kind of a fuck up in her early years, and she was actually like a fucking groupie
of Hanson.
Yeah,
actually, I thought that was really funny.
Hanson.
It was a nice little little band to.
Yeah, and so she like you figure out she sneaks into their room, and she like they call security, and she doesn't know what to do, so she jumps out of the fucking and again she like left her like home life and traveled into a different country, Australia.
Used all of her money for school for this.
Yeah, and broke her collarbone, so she was in a hospital in a country with no parents, no money.
Pretty dire situation, if you ask me. Yeah.
Got a job at a school, made it work. Now she's a teacher and she's a badass. She's just sharing this with Dave that night, and then Dave's kind of sharing his stuff, and he's kind of
we find out
having some perspective and realizing how big of a fucking
asshole
chode he is.
That is more appropriate. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and they whatever, it goes on. I'm just kind of giggling at the film. It's just a good movie. It moves on. The kids are getting more restless the next day.
They're tired of playing the game.
Yeah. Tired of playing the game, and
just want to go home.
Dave has an idea. Thought about it overnight because he was the watch. Thought about it overnight, and it's to get the tractor again, load the kids up, and get out of there.
Get them out of there. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when Jigglypuff.
Pretty good plan.
Yeah, that's when Jigglypuff's like, you guys are a bunch of fucking idiots. Because you're the two dumbest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my entire life. And he's just been trying
super productive to the situation.
Yeah, he's just been trying to get drunk off of like cleaners the entire time.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, because he's an alcoholic and he has serious issues.
He is. Oh, not talking about
it. And he's like, we should actually get like my van. The
Froggy van.
Yeah.
The Teddy McGiggles van.
Yeah. The Jigglypuff van.
I don't know how I keep remembering that his name.
Yeah, that his co-worker Froggy works in. It has a hatch on the top that Froggy can poke his puppet hand out of and do the show with while they're on tour. And he's like, we can just get the kids down the hatch there.
Which is a smart plan.
Yeah,
really.
No, it works. He has the key fob. Everything's good to go. So Dave's gonna be the distraction. Jigglypuff's gonna be the guy to get the vehicle. You don't trust Jigglypuff.
We don't trust Jigglypuff.
Yeah, no one trusts him.
Why would you trust Jigglypuff?
Dave does. And so does Miss Caroline.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah. You hate to see it. And so they kind of hatch their plan. Dave's, running through, distracting them, struggling a little bit to survive.
Yep.
Josh Gad is fucking children zombie up the entire time.
He's having too much fun with that.
He's having a blast. He hates kids. And again, he sleeps with the moms of all these children just to make himself feel better. And so as he's just wrecking kid zombies, he's just like, yeah, I fucked your mother. And he's just like throwing tire swings into their face. And he like bites one kid's nose off. And he's like, what the fuck am I doing? He like spits the nose out and throws up. I mean, it's brilliant.
It's insanity.
It's so good. might be the funniest part in the whole film.
He just goes insane.
He's the funniest part in the whole film,
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Like, as a character. That right there might be the funniest part of the whole movie.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of parents probably watch Josh Gad do that, and we're kind of like, I wish I could do what he's doing
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
It's amazing. He gets to the van. Obviously, he gets inside, locks the door, and doesn't let Dave in. However, Froggy, his co-worker, is in the back of the van. And Josh Gad's character has probably the most brutal death in the whole film.
Because he's an asshole.
Yeah. He gets his like guts ripped out, and then he gets his face peeled back.
Oh yeah, I couldn't watch that part.
Yeah, it was very hard to watch. It was very
Didn't watch
disturbing
it.
and gory.
Did not watch it.
Brenda
Yeah.
didn't watch it either. She was with me during this film. She did not watch it.
I'm usually good about stuff like that,
Yeah.
and I couldn't.
It was a little over the top.
Good.
That's fine. It's like their only real.
Yeah, it honestly for what it could.
There's
have
a
been,
lot of gore, but like that's their only real like ripping a person apart
Yeah.
scene. They already show like the dismembered.
That was the only one that I was
parts.
like, I'm gonna pass out now.
Yeah. So now Dave's kind of stuck on top of the van.
Right.
You know, he doesn't really know what to do. This entire time, the parents to the children are like trying to go to the farm to pick the kids up.
Right.
And the military is like, you know,
We can't
quarantined
let
it.
it. Yeah.
They don't have cell service in the farm, but finally, since Dave is on top of something, he gets his phone finally like rings because he's like out in the field, like on top of the van.
Yeah.
So his phone finally rings, and it's his sister. And
Mom of Felix.
yeah.
Kid on the
And so they kind of have a moment. And he's, you know, being sentimental because he thinks he's gonna die.
Sure.
All this shit's going on. You cut back to Miss Caroline, and she's struggling to kind of keep the kids under, you know, entertained for the first time ever because you know, they're hungry, they're tired of this shit. Like,
They're catching on a little bit.
yeah,
Something's not right. Yeah.
the zombies are like breaking the, starting to like push on the door, and it's starting to, you know, give a little. And that's when Felix sneaks out. He's in full Vader gear again. And he's like running through the zombies as fucking, you know,
Darth
Vader.
It's fucking great.
It's awesome.
I
There's a
loved
lot
it.
of like there's a lot of little things in the scene that's great. You know,
You love to see it too, you know?
Yeah. It's
fun.
very like cute and
Yeah.
funny, and it just works.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
really does.
absolutely.
He goes and gets the fucking tractor.
Like a boss.
Yeah.
Like a fucking boss.
He goes and gets the tractor, and then he saves fucking Dave. And then he and Dave drive through the back and save the fucking kiddos.
What? Yes.
And Miss Caroline.
Sweet.
Yeah. And they're driving away, and there's like all these zombies, and
Because the tractor's going stupidly slow, right?
So the heavy kid throughout the whole film like wants to play putt-putt. And so finally Miss Caroline's who wants to fucking play putt-putt? And like the kid's like, yeah. And so she lets him smack zombies with a little putter as they're driving away. So he's just like fucking whack-a-moling them. Yeah. As these
Which is great as like a 7, 8, however old they are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're pretty young. They were young. They were young kids. I would even go younger.
Oh yeah, because you said kindergarten teacher.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah,
yeah.
professional kindergarten. So
younger.
they were young. Yeah.
And you can catch moments of them in the film of them just being like kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, they're so young even as actors. It's like you can just kind of see their like natural kid come out. And there's like and especially in that scene where the kid's like hitting him in the head, he's having genuine enjoyment because they're acting. Like the zombies are acting accordingly. And so as a kid, he knows it, you know, there's acting going on, but there's a point where he like pops the zombie in a hand. And this is like literally a minute later.
Yes.
And he pops him in the hand, and the zombie like kind of flinches at him, and he like kind of like opens up his eyes because he wasn't, you know, again, he doesn't know what's going to happen. These guys are acting based off of his interaction. And it's just really, I don't know. It's
fun.
cute.
No, it was
it's
a fun little scene. I
loved,
I really enjoyed it. Even though that kid was a shithead, I still enjoyed it. Yeah. I was like, haha.
And she starts playing the ukulele. They're at a pretty good spot overall. You know, they're safe.
Yeah.
They know that they've had a big victory. But she's playing the ukulele, and she stops playing the song, The Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round.
Yeah.
And all the zombies just start like yelling very loudly. And the kids were like, another song. And so she starts to play another song, and the zombies are participating.
I love it.
in the music, not
Yeah.
just listening and calming down. They're
Like,
participating.
clapping
They
along.
clapped along. They chanted along. And it's an incredibly funny moment in the movie. And then it has that top-down view.
Yeah, I love that shot right
Yeah,
there. Yeah,
and the tractor's moving as slow as you can
so
imagine
slow.
a tractor moving. And then it's just a horde of zombies behind them. It's really good. There's also, as they're approaching the quarantine zone, the edge of the quarantine, this is why the military stuff was campy and amazing. He pulls out these, huge binoculars, and they're all like lined up with their fucking M16s and, big chain gun on the back of the truck.
They're ready.
And they see like the tractor, and he's like, how many of them are there? He goes, there's 2 of them at least.
At least.
And one man driving and another one with a little guitar. And the private on the edge is like, that's called a ukulele, sir. And that's just dumb shit. You know what I mean? That's just good.
It was fun. No, I enjoyed that. Ukulele, sir.
Yeah. Find out there's
singing.
there's kids on the cart, and he's like, I can't do it again. So they've killed kids before. That's fun to note.
And again, you're like, are you that surprised?
Yeah. No, I mean, they get out ultimately, and Dave's like, you just gotta play music for him. And then they all just shoot every fucking zombie.
I know. I like. The tractor's slowly rolling. He's like,
Yeah.
just play some music. They'll be okay. And then they're like, let's just, just fucking sprays them down.
Right. They get put in quarantine for 48 hours. And it ends on a very nice note of them, in there
Shaking
ukuleling up, shaking off, and they're all having a good time.
Swift.
It's just a good scene. But I mean, that's Little Monsters, man.
It is Little Monsters.
Yeah.
Misleading because I thought that the Little Monsters would actually be the kids turning into zombies.
Yeah, I mean, there was a few.
There was a few. Well, obviously Josh Gad took all of them out, but
Oh, he fucking ruined them.
he took them all out. But yeah, no, it was a fun little October watch.
Yeah.
A good, nice little zombie
It was.
flick.
It's a Hulu original.
Yeah.
Australian film. I mean, it's good.
Again, you might have to double check to make sure you pick the right movie
Yeah.
because of the couple fighting at the beginning.
Yeah. Also, don't pick the 80s one. You'll notice it. It's like a blue fucking weird looking kid on the cover of the other Little Monsters thing.
Don't get confused with the movie that came out in 1989
Look for
and the
your
movie that 2019.
Yeah. Look for your girl.
Your
She's
girl's on the cover.
Yeah, she's on the cover.
She's she is the main character ish, pretty much.
Yeah. She does end up getting with Dave. I know that was probably burning. You're like, dude, fucking yeah. No, she ends up with him. It doesn't feel good.
No, because you're like, you could still do, but I would have been okay with that.
Yeah.
Actually, that's another thing. Like if they would have just been like homies after that, it would have been still satisfying.
Yeah.
Even though they kissed and shit, it would have been a satisfying ending though.
Yep. I
Yeah.
agree.
That
I didn't want them to be together at all.
No.
It's okay. Like
Yeah.
there's like the movie is a little tropey in spots.
Oh, for sure.
But it's great.
It's still a fun watch though.
Yeah.
It's still a nice back,
Fun watch.
sit
Easy
back,
film.
relax. Yeah.
Would I watch it again? I don't know. But it was funny. It was a good one-time watch for sure.
Yeah. It was a nice surprise.
Yeah. No complaints here.
I got no complaints.
Yeah. And you can get it on Hulu for $7.99 a month.
A month, not a sponsor,
And
but
or $11.99 a month if you don't want the ads. Those pesky ads. You know how they get in the way.
Disney Plus.
Oh
coming
yeah,
soon.
shit, man. That's
Don't
gonna
forget
be
about
fucking
that bundle of a drop.
Disney Plus for $1.
What?
And a kid doesn't eat.
Man, I'm about to fucking. Oh no, I'm about to go in on some DComs. We might have some DCom rewatchables here in a little bit, just to
Yeah.
throw that out there. Yeah.
I
See
mean,
how
it's
they
gonna
fare.
be a good fucking deal.
Yes, not a sponsor, but if you're looking,
I mean, I
I'll
don't.
take it.
Yeah, not a sponsor, but obviously, like, what
Watch
is it?
some
Fucking
content.
$8,
It's
$7.
stupid, and if you already have Hulu, there's a deal
Yeah,
attached with that, so there's no reason to not do it.
exactly.
Yeah,
You know,
watch some Proud Family.
yeah. Just the list of shit that they have. Literally every MCU film,
I'm gonna.
MCU shows.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck me. Forget just about the Disney side of things. Yeah, they have, and they're coming up with their own original content
Mhm.
along with that. Some Star Wars stuff too, which
Yeah, of course.
I'll watch the shit out of because
Yeah.
I'll eat it even though I'm not totally for the full trilogy. Whatever.
Why not? You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hulu originals.
Hulu originals. They're coming up. Oddly enough,
Yeah,
that's
they
not
are.
one of their earlier ones,
Mm-hmm.
which I really loved. Had Tyler Labine. It's actually a show. Had Tyler Labine in it. Who's a highly underrated actor, and I think it's. I don't know why I'm forgetting the fucking name
Now I'm
now.
like, this is the creme de la creme you need right now, and I can't help you.
Yeah. God damn it.
Wow.
It's something. It's a play with. He's
leaving us with blue balls right now.
He's
Tim.
a fucking medium. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. Fill the air.
That sounds terrifying.
Fill the fucking air with something. We'll just play nonsense. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it real quick.
I'll fill the air with this. Can I just say, earlier I was furniture shopping with my parents. And normally when you furniture shop, they play like the light hits.
Yeah.
And in this furniture shop, they had some solid EDM going.
Oh.
And you know what?
It worked.
I was more tempted to buy furniture.
Yeah, it worked.
I was like, I feel like I'm kind of at a party right now. And like this I think this couch would work, bro. Like, I think you should get this couch. Anyways, so go ahead.
It's called Deadbeat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's so Tyler Labine, he's fucking hilarious. If you've ever seen the show Reaper, he's Sock in the show Reaper.
Oh, okay.
That's Tyler Labine.
Okay.
He also plays in Zack and Miri Make a Porno as the drunken Steeler fan or something like that. He shows up at the coffee shop at like 2 in the morning. He's like, yo, you guys open? And he's drunk as fuck, and he's like, hug it, chug it, football. And it's the most weird. It's like the weirdest fucking moment in the show. No, it's great. And he's really funny. Super underrated. And Deadbeat has like 4 seasons. I think the last one had Cal Penn in it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Actually, never watched the last season, but I watched the first 3.
All right.
And he's a piece of shit guy who happens to be a medium. That's how he talks to dead people, and he's a deadbeat. So like it's kind of
it works out.
Yeah. It's very funny. That's another one. So Hulu Originals, man, they've been doing good for a while.
Check them out. It's not just Netflix.
And Deadbeat's really good in the sense of like it's not filmed. It's very like independent. It's not filmed incredibly well, but it's. I love camp. If you haven't figured it out, like I love camp, like cheesy, like campy things. I love it. Like something about it is it's because if you're genuine about it, if that's your vision, it works. It works. Like if you know your limits,
not lame.
Yeah, if you know your limits, you know your budget, and you play into that, it works.
I agree with that.
It works.
It comes off as really well. Yeah.
But yeah, check out Little Monsters.
Cool. Yeah.
And that's gonna be my rec. Check out Deadbeat. It's good.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
Not that we're doing recs or anything.
No, but that's a nice
But,
one.
you know,
always looking for stuff to watch. All right.
Anyways,
Yikes.
next time on So You.